This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 21st day of April in the year 2026. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here is what we're tracking tonight. A $5.6 billion budget was presented to the Georgetown City Council today, in the absence of the PP Civic councillors, who all boycotted today's budget presentation of the council. Presented by the chairman of the Finance Committee, Leland Sol, under the theme Fortifying Local Foundations, Efficiency, Advocacy, and Control Delivery Amid Constraints, the multi-billion-dollar budget is $1.2 billion more than the council's projected revenue for 2026, and comes even as the council experienced significant shortfall in revenue last year. But despite the projected budget deficit of $2.1 billion, an optimistic Sol told the council not to be discouraged, assuring councillors that to eliminate the deficit, the council will ramp up its rate collection campaign.
I want you to understand that we have an account receivable, that is people who is $7.6 billion.
It is estimated that the Georgetown municipality is owed approximately $150 billion in rates and taxes, with $42 billion accounting for residential taxes owed. Based on the budget presented, the city treasurer is expected to rake in more than $3 billion in revenue, while the Solid Waste Management Department is expected to receive approximately $737 million. Sol said the budget aims to maximize efficiency, guarantee value for money, and highlight how central government's actions impact the council's ability to carry out its duties. Amid accusations from the government that it is not fulfilling its functions and responsibilities, the council is expected to maintain 645 miles of drainage network and provide more than 34,000 properties with waste collection services. But Sol acknowledged that the road ahead is going to be a difficult one, particularly in wake of increasing pressure from the government and the lack of adequate financial support. He said last year the mayor and city council of Georgetown faced an impossible mandate to govern a city of more than 225,000 residents across 40 square kilometers, with a revenue stream that had effectively collapsed.
While public blame is often misdirected at the council for failed road, blocked drains, uncollected waste, the root causes are structural, legal, and deeply political. The mayor and city council's inability to perform is not a failure of effort, but a predictable outcome of fiscal starvation, central government overreach, a defunct local government commission, and the systematic erosion of participatory democracy.
The head of the Finance Committee submitted that antiquated laws and billions in outstanding taxes continue to fuel fiscal crisis that the council is now facing. It was explained that the council's primary revenue source remains the general rates, a tax on property value. In 2025, the budgeted income from this stream was $2.6 billion. However, just over $1.1 billion was collected. That figure represents a shortfall of nearly 58%. Overall, it was projected that the council would have generated $3.8 billion in revenue. However, it was only able to rake in $1.9 billion. Mr. Sol laid the blame at the feet of the government, its failure to facilitate a comprehensive valuation of properties and property owners who fail to pay their property taxes.
The deeper pathology lies in two factors. The Valuation for Rating Purposes Act, Chapter 2804. This act mandates that rates be based on property valuation. The last comprehensive valuation was conducted in 1997, nearly 3 decades ago. Property values, land use, and economic realities have transformed entirely. Yet, this council is legally bounded to an archaic base. Consequently, rateable values bear no relation to current market values, crippling potential revenue. Insolvent ratepayers. Many property owners, the majority residential, and that figure is 2,889. The residential property owners I'm talking about. And let me get to that. They face a perverse reality. Their accumulated debt to the council, including penalty, now exceed the value of their property under the 1997 valuation. And let me just see, those 2,889 residential property, the indebtedness to this council is 42 billion dollars, by the way. Faced with the impossible liabilities, they simply refuse to pay. This is not mere delinquency. It's a rational behavior under a broken system.
He also said while the municipality continues to be starved of resources, the central government routinely executes the functions of the council, repairing roads and drains without notice, consultation, or any coordination. Mr. Saul said while such intervention might be welcomed in an emergency, the complete absence of joint planning is an affront to good governance. He said central government's intervention is often accompanied by gaslighting and the public maligning of councillors who are not members of the PPP. Saul made a case for the council's subvention to be increased, noting that a $50 million annual subvention from the government is simply inadequate. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. It can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Dead the horse with Bowser.
This is your time.
Yeah, but we didn't get all we needed last Christmas, and now we can.
Republic Bank Cash Bonanza.
Let's renovate our home and purchase appliances.
And plan a trip with the kids.
Or buy a new car.
Republic Bank Cash Bonanza. Same day approvals. Apply in person or safely online. Plus a chance to win lots of prizes. This is your time to get what you need. Republic Bank Cash Bonanza.
The future of oil and gas in Guyana isn't just offshore, it starts with you. You too can become an expert in oil and gas with full training right here at home for the first time at the Guyana Technical Training College Inc. in Port Moran, Berbice. This two-phase program equips you with the skills to operate and maintain FPSOs offshore Guyana with hands-on training from the 18-month accredited Advanced Diploma in Oil and Gas course. Don't just watch the industry grow with it. Take your first step toward a career in oil and gas. Since oil production started offshore, oil and gas companies have been investing in the long-term development of Guyana.
Hey Lyndon, it's your girl, the Caribbean soca queen, Allison Hines, and I will be there for Lyndon Town Week. Cause you know what happened there, right? Big people party, of course. Big woman still got she things. You don't know how we do. April 30th. So I am excited. I cannot wait. The next day is a holiday, so you already know how we can get on, right? You know how we can get on for big people party. Big woman still got she things. The Caribbean queen of soca, Lyndon. I am excited. Bring your things.
Advance tickets are $5,000. Get your tickets at World Access Top-Up Shop on Republic Avenue, Mackenzie. Barnes Taxi in Mackenzie. Shemaine's Bar in the Mackenzie Market. R&T Clothing World in the Mackenzie Market. Shabba Hardware at 1 Mile Wisma. And Go Mosley Radio on Church Street in Georgetown. The Lyndon Town Week Big People Party 2026 with Allison Hines. Compliments of Banks Beer, XM Rums, GT Beer, drink responsibly. One Communications, Church's Chicken, Sheriff Security, 592 Tees, Star Party Rentals, Fireside Grill, and Go Mosley Radio.
History doesn't wait. For the 8th time, Guyana stands on the world stage. One fighter carries a nation behind him. One challenger stands in his way. One ring. One world title. 800,000 standing as one. This is more than a fight. This is Guyana. Don't miss this moment. Get your tickets now.
Welcome back. The Caribbean Court of Justice today said it will rule on the appeal filed by the Mohameds as soon as practicable, with CCJ President Justice Winston Anderson announcing that the interim stay of proceedings, which was issued by the court last month, will continue until the court makes a decision on the substantive application. He also advised that caution be maintained in public discourse on the case. It was a 5-hour-long legal showdown during today's virtual appeal hearing, with attorneys representing the Mohameds trying to convince the judges of the court that their arguments can withstand scrutiny. The billionaire father and son, who have already been sanctioned by the U.S. government, are facing an extradition hearing in the local magistrate's court, following an official extradition request from the U.S. government for them to face an 11-count indictment related to allegations of fraud and tax evasion. At the heart of the arguments by the attorneys for the Mohameds at the CCJ hearing is that the authority to proceed with the extradition request under the Fugitive Offenders Act was tainted with bias from the Home Affairs Minister. The attorneys argued that within 2 hours of receiving the request, the authority to proceed was signed by the Minister of Home Affairs. They described that as a strange occurrence, which they said gave the impression that the minister was waiting on the document to sign off for the Mohameds to be extradited. Counsel for the Mohameds, Fayyad Hussein, argued that the function of the minister is adjudicative. Senior counsel Douglas Mendez, who is representing the interests of the Home Affairs Minister, argued that there should be no issue with the timeline associated with the issuance of that authority to proceed. He said the minister could have been accused of not carrying out her functions if that document was not issued by her in a timely manner. Senior counsel Mendez was supported by the Attorney General Anil Nandlal, who stated that the minister's powers could not be delegated to anyone else. He said she was correct to issue the ATP when the request was made. However, Mr. Nandlal was quizzed by the Caribbean Court of Justice judges of his role in the case and whether he felt that the process was properly conducted. The CCJ president questioned Mr. Nandlal about the quality of advice that he would have offered in the case, particularly as government's chief legal advisor.
And that is why we say respectfully here that the ATP doesn't attract the rigor of the bias doctrine as it would ordinarily apply even in administrative tribunals. That is why the legislature vested that power in a minister, and it appears on its face that it is non-delegable. I advance that proposition as part of my general submissions moving on to a different issue.
Nandlal said his role was not an advisory one, nor did he advise the minister. He said he only had his say after the ATP was issued. Senior counsel Roysdale Ford, who also argued on behalf of the Mohameds, stated that the minister effectively had an interest in the case and should not have been the one to issue the authority to proceed. He said while the applicants have no issue with the extradition process itself, they maintain the right to a hearing that is fair and free from influence. The newly commissioned expanded 4.4-kilometer Aubrey Barker Road in Georgetown is being seen as more than just another infrastructure project. The government highlights the project as part of its deliberate push to linking communities and opening up new opportunities. At the commissioning last evening, President Irfan Ali said the new highway, which joins the Eccles Mandela Highway, the Heroes Highway, the Barra-Jaggi, the Mara River Bridge, as well as the East Coast and East Bank expansion, marks another milestone in his government's push to improve the country's infrastructure.
Residents of South Ruimveldt, North Ruimveldt, Festival City, Lamaha Springs, and indeed residents of South Georgetown, and all those who use this roadway. Today is an important day in South Georgetown because today we are continuing to lay the foundation of that new Guyana. For many years, Aubrey Barker Road has served as a trusted artery to and from the communities of South Ruimveldt, Festival City, Lamaha Springs, Stevedore Housing Scheme, and North Ruimveldt. It has carried families to work, children to school, housewives to markets, and dreams to destination, albeit with a lot of frustration.
The president said although it faced many challenges, the old Aubrey Barker Road served its purpose as a vital corridor of connectivity. However, as the country moves forward, he said, the infrastructure must match its pace.
That is why today, this historic roadway has been transformed into a modern 4-lane thoroughfare, built for the Guyana of today and prepared for the Guyana of tomorrow. This road now links South Georgetown more efficiently to the rest of the city. It connects communities directly to the Heroes Highway. It creates faster access to businesses and developments along that corridor. It strengthens movement towards the Eccles to Ogle 4-lane highway and onward to the East Coast.
And the Minister of Public Works, Juan Egil, noted that while there have been challenges with the project, the government was sure that it had to be done and up to standard. The Ministry of Public Works and the Central Housing and Planning Authority worked collaboratively on the project, which was done in phases.
The next phase will be the drains that will have to ensure that we get the link with the Liliendal pump station to clear this basin quickly, and we are working on that. You'll be also pleased to know that while we are doing work here on the Aubrey Barker Road and what we did in south of itself, the bridge that was continually being broken because it was an aquapanel bridge that took you over to Lamaha Springs, I see Mr. Fine.
The project was completed at a cost of just over $6 billion.
My great-great-grandmother passed it down, my great-grandmother passed it down, my mother gets it from my granny and mommy gave it to me.
Hey Lyndon, it's your girl, the Caribbean soca queen, Alison Hines, and I will be there for Linden Town Week. Cause you know what happened there, right? Big people party, of course. Big woman still got she things. You don't know how we do. April 30th. So I am excited. I cannot wait. The next day is a holiday, so you already know how we can get on, right? You know how we can get on for big people party. Big woman still got she things. The Caribbean queen of soca, Lyndon. I am excited. Bring your things.
Advance tickets are $5,000. Get your tickets at World Access Top-Up Shop on Republic Avenue, Mackenzie. Barnes Taxi in Mackenzie. Shemaine's Bar in the Mackenzie Market. R&T Clothing World in the Mackenzie Market. Shabba Hardware at 1 Mile Wisma. And Go Mosley Radio on Church Street in Georgetown. The Linden Town Week Big People Party 2026 with Allison Hines. Compliments of Banks Beer, XM Rums, GT Beer, drink responsibly. One Communications, Church's Chicken, Sheriff Security, 592 Tees, Star Party Rentals, Fireside Grill, and Go Mosley Radio.
On a new date, Sunday 26th of April, Team Extra presents its annual Creek Explosion, performing live from Jamaica, Javinci. Granny Ivy and JJ Vibes. Music by DJ Bobby Cush, DJ Papa Feelings, DJ Magnum, DJ Garwin, David Hype, and Janus. Girls Dance Off Competition first prize $50,000, second prize $30,000, and third prize $20,000. At Aziza, Akusa, Creek, Outside, Splashman's on a new date, Sunday 26th of April. Early birds, ticket $3,000. Tickets location, White Castle Fish Shop, Fireside Suites, Just Your Size Boutique, HJ Box Office, Short Boss Boutique, and Team Extra Stabrook Market. Compliments of Fireside, Grill and Chill, Extra Ginger Ale, and Czar Lager Beer. Be a leader.
Dead the horse with Bowser.
This is your time.
Yeah, but we didn't get all we needed last Christmas, and now we can.
Republic Bank Cash Bonanza.
Let's renovate our home and purchase appliances.
And plan a trip with the kids.
Or buy a new car.
Republic Bank Cash Bonanza. Same day approvals. Apply in person or safely online. Plus a chance to win lots of prizes. This is your time to get what you need. Republic Bank Cash Bonanza.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have me clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
This Mother's Day, treat those special ladies to something extra special. Father Moe and Determined Family Enterprise presents RWB, Roses, Wine and Brunch. Join us on Sunday, May 10th at the BV Ground Tarmac, East Coast, Demerara. Gates open from 3 p.m. for an unforgettable afternoon of great food, fine wine, and amazing vibes. Enjoy entertainment by Super Ray. DJ Aquilo, Father Moe, Gully Ras, Papa, and Mikey Spice. Plus, over $600,000 in giveaways. Early bird admission just $4,000, or go elevated VIP for $12,000. RWB, Roses, Wine, and Brunch. Sunday, May 10th at the BV Ground Tarmac. Celebrate those special ladies the way they deserve. Compliments of Barefoot Wine, Hennessy, Heineken, Tropical Rhythm, Enet, Always, Pro Graphics, Caviar Coley, 94.1 Boom FM, Moet, and Fireside Grill and Chill.
Ice the cocoa tea, the sugar, and together we are complete, darling.
Please drink responsibly.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand. adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Well, President Irfan Ali has declared that his government's takeover of city streets has nothing to do with politics, although he admits that his party, the PPP, has its eyes set on control of City Hall at the next local government elections. Over the past month, the government has designated more than 50 city streets as public roads, effectively wresting away control from the Georgetown City Council. Speaking at the opening of the expanded 4-lane Aubrey Barker Road last evening, the president said there is no political motive in taking over the streets.
Let me set the record straight. We're not taking roads for politics. We are designating roads as public roads in the cause of progress. We have no political interest in dispossessing any entity. We are not playing politics with potholes. We are not campaigning with congestion. We are not grandstanding with gridlock. We are governing, and governance requires responsibility, requires decision.
He said if Georgetown is to be one of the finest cities in the Caribbean, then its infrastructure must match that vision, adding that the modern economy and the growing country cannot have substandard infrastructure. The president said the government will ensure that the city streets are maintained, as they are now under the government's control.
Yes, I'm interested in seeing a People's Progressive Party civic-led city council. I'm interested in seeing strong government, strong leadership at the city hall. So don't guess what I'm saying. Don't guess what I'm saying. My intentions are clear, and the intentions of the PP Civic is clear as ever. We want the chance to run this city.
He said while he is not into the blame game about the issues of Georgetown, the people of the city should give his party a chance to lead them at the municipal level.
To the people of Georgetown, we love you. To the streets of Georgetown,
threatening to unleash the beast in him, City Mayor Alfred Mentor today vowed to resist any attempt by central government to take control of Georgetown, a city historically controlled by the People's National Congress reform. Addressing the council one day after President Irfan Ali defended the government's move to wrest control away from the city council of more than 50 city streets, and also signaled the ruling party's intention to take control of the city, Mentor said not under his watch.
But every day on the airwaves, you keep hearing about persons who want to take the governance of this city. That will not happen. That will never happen in this city.
The mayor said from where he stands, the PP Civic administration wants to seize control of the capital in the absence of local government elections. The mayor emphasized that will not happen. He said while the government talks about rescuing the city, it is destroying the local government system in the country.
You talking about rescue when you're the one who broken up the process. You're the one who is causing problems, creating significant damage, not giving you the resources that you're supposed to get, but claiming that you want to rescue. How are you going to rescue something that you're killing? If you are creating the damage and creating the problems, and then telling people that you're going to rescue, you want to put me on life support. And then want to come, as my brother is saying here, as a knight in shining armor.
Mayor Mentor also said while the government accuses the Georgetown City Council of failing to execute its mandate, which includes, among other things, keeping the city clean and maintaining municipal roads and drains, it is the government that continues to starve the City Council of much needed resources. Citing an example, Mayor Mentor said while the Minister of Local Government, Priya Manik-Chan, has been delivering dump trucks to other councils, Georgetown, the largest municipal district, remains underserved.
Garbage trucks being taken all over the country, but not one garbage truck has been given to the city of Georgetown. How pretty is that? How lovely is that? It appears that only when or if the government of the day put their hands or try to put their hands on the city, only then you'll be able to want to fund the city council. But you will not fund it because somebody else is running it or somebody else is leading it.
He said while the council receives an annual subvention of $50 million, that subvention comes with preconditions, explaining that the government, through the local government ministry, often attempts to dictate what projects and programs must be executed by the city council. Mentor said despite the lack of sufficient funding from the government, City Hall has been carrying out its functions to the best of its ability and in a transparent manner.
We don't have anything to hide. You know why? We don't have the excesses that government have where they can push the hand in the cookie jar and take out money and spend willy-nilly without giving accountability to the citizens of this country. We don't have the luxury like the central government have. We have to manage from a fiscal process where we don't have that fiscal latitude like central government. But you know what? We pay the bills. We pay our staff, we pay our contractors, we'll do a little bit here and there within the city. Had we had the kind of resources available to us, we'd have been able to do wonders.
The City Council has vowed to challenge in court the seizure and reclassification of the municipal roads. Already it has taken the government to court over the seizure of the City Constabulary Training Complex on Water Street. Linden Town Week 2026 has just gotten bigger. Join Go Mosley Entertainment on Thursday, the 30th of April at the Retrieve Hard Court in Linden for Big Woman Still Got Your Things, the official Linden Town Week Big People Party. And for the first time in Linden, live on stage, the Queen of Soca, Alison Hines. Plus 3 one-man bands and the one-woman band. Advance tickets are $5,000. Get your tickets at World Access Top-Up Shop on Republic Avenue, Mackenzie, Barnes Taxi in Mackenzie, Shemaine's Bar in the Mackenzie Market, R&T Clothing World in the Mackenzie Market, Shabba Hardware at 1 Mile Wisma, and Go Mosley Radio on Church Street in Georgetown. The Linden Town Week Big People Party 2026 with Alison Hines. Compliments of Banks Beer, XM Rums, GT Beer, drink responsibly, One Communications, Church's Chicken, Sheriff Security, 592T's, Star Party Rentals, Fireside Grill, and Go Mosley Radio.
Kick off this summer in style with Pink and Bougie. Experience the Eldorado Pink and Bougie Soca Brunch Gala on June 21st at Ivory on the Park Rooftop, Brooklyn, New York. Tickets are $75 each and include an all-you-can-eat premium buffet, plus a live performance by Denise Balfour. Music by DJ Messi from Trinidad and Tobago, J Neville, DJ Energy, DJ Roddy, and DJ Princess Chow. Get your tickets now from the Eventbrite or Caribbean Bites Restaurant, 488 East 98th Street, Brooklyn. Vibing from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on June 21st at the Eldorado Pink and Bougie Soca Brunch. Good food, great music, and unforgettable energy. Dress pink and bougie. This is where summer begins.
Welcome to Churches New Amsterdam.
20 years of churches, chickens, you and us, and there is nothing missing. So many friends and strangers pass through our doors, and they always come back for more. Feel the love. Guyana, the love keeps growing, and we thankful for the support you are showing. There's so many locations and much more to come. It's gratitude and celebration. Can you feel the love? 20 years of churches, chickens, you and us, and there is nothing missing. So many friends and strangers pass through our doors, and they always come back for more. Feel the love.
Guyana, up your cash. Over 100 winners. More than $2.5 million in cash and prizes up for grabs. Win cash every week. Plus a chance to up your cash to $500,000. And that's not all. Win back your grocery bill up to $20,000 cash every week. Just grab any Buster Turbo Energy Drink, Fruitopia, Oasis flavored water, Fruit or Viva Sparkling flavored water. Look for the code starting with BB, then visit at Buster Guyana on Facebook or Instagram for details. Up your cash today.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guy is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guy's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guy Oil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future.
Feel spice power in every sip.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall in the region. The United States has announced plans to provide $10 million in programming to support resilient port infrastructure across the Caribbean as part of efforts to deepen economic engagement and safeguard critical regional assets. The funding to be delivered through the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative was disclosed during a roundtable hosted by the U.S. Department of State with American maritime industry leaders and Caribbean port authorities on Monday. A statement by the U.S. State Department did not name the countries involved in the discussions. It said the discussions focus on expanding U.S. private sector investment and identifying opportunities to strengthen port infrastructure, trade, and tourism across the region, while maintaining ethical and transparent business practices. According to the statement, the engagement forms part of Washington's broader push to advance commercial diplomacy and reinforce high-quality infrastructure development within the Caribbean port sector. Officials said the initiative is intended to enhance resilience in critical infrastructure while supporting economic growth and improving regional connectivity. The United States also signaled its intention to continue working closely with Caribbean partners to strengthen economic ties and advance shared development priorities across the region. Cuba's government on Monday confirmed that it had recently met with U.S. officials on the island, as tensions between the two sides remain high over the U.S. energy blockade of the Caribbean country, according to the Associated Press. Senior U.S. State Department officials had said on Friday that American diplomats flew earlier in April to the island for the first time since 2016 in a new diplomatic push. Neither U.S. nor Cuban officials have said exactly when the meeting took place nor which U.S. officials took part. The Deputy Director General in charge of U.S. affairs at the Cuban Ministry of Foreign Affairs said on Monday that the U.S. delegation included Assistant Secretaries of State and that the Cuban delegation included representatives at the level of Deputy Foreign Minister. The exchange was conducted respectfully and professionally, he said, adding that the U.S. delegation did not issue any threats or deadlines, as has been reported in some U.S. media. The elimination of the energy embargo against the country was a top priority for the delegation, the Deputy Director General said. Among conditions for a lifting of U.S. sanctions on Cuba, Washington is pressing for the Cuban government to end political repression, release political prisoners, and liberalize its ailing economy. In late January, U.S. President Donald Trump threatened tariffs on any country that sells or supplies oil to Cuba. Trump also threatened to intervene in the country, and Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel said last week that his country is prepared to fight if that should happen. And finally tonight, international news. The U.S. military said on Tuesday it had seized a tanker linked to Iran in international waters, its latest apparent action to enforce a blockade, with time running out on a ceasefire and the prospects of last-ditch further peace talks still up in the air. Washington has expressed confidence that talks with Iran will go ahead in Pakistan, and a senior Iranian official said Tehran was considering joining. With the final hours of a 2-week truce ticking by, there was little time left for the talks. The U.S. military said it had boarded the tanker without incident. The ship, capable of carrying 2 million barrels of crude, last reported its position on Tuesday morning as near Sri Lanka in the Indian Ocean, according to maritime traffic tracking data. It was close to fully loaded and had signaled Singapore as its destination. In a short statement on social media, Trump said Iran had carried out numerous violations of the ceasefire without giving further details. There was no immediate comment from Iran on the boarding, but the move could complicate efforts to arrange peace talks. Iran has said the blockade of its ports amounts to a U.S. violation of the truce, and that it will not negotiate while the blockade is enforced. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.